when you want something, focus your attention on applying yourself from your toes to your head, embracing your energy, your field of light, your field of active, creative energy on doing it. Don't ever sit back and say to yourself, into the field of your energy, someday, when that changes, I couldn't possibly because they say. Because if you pipe up next with a whinge about wanting something and you are not bringing your energy to the forefront of yourself and asking yourself, which is your energy field, why aren't I doing something? Okay, because what will happen then is there is cognitive dissonance, which means to get from one field that you've been existing in, choosing from, learnt from, talk of others, talk to yourself, convinced it's a certain way. There's dissonance of it if you want something different. You're going to feel a pull back into it, but you're still going to want something. So it's up to you to want that enough that you're going to say to this, which becomes old, and something else becomes new, and then you turn around and look to see where you were, the person you were, and whatever is there is there. So really the illusions aren't really relevant if in truth you want something. You want anything, okay? Don't stuff around in dissonance land whinging. Accept. Something's got to go because you want to go do something else. So go do it and everything will shift and change. I swear humans act like it's a death. Now, we go through, this is what we have to face as well. We go through that. We go through birth and death. Not just at the beginning, at the end of our lives, through it. Okay? Any teacher who actually lives what they teach will tell you that, just like a tree goes through its cycles where it drops its seeds, grows some fruit, drops it, things grow again, reinforcing nature, leaves, growth, branch, all functions from light and clearing. So, I've said this before, if your tree wants to go branch in another direction, then through whatever season of release, let stuff go to branch. And I'm saying this because you can't call out to what you want over there without going there. I'm sick to death of the laziness of the world because, when I decided I was going to change my route, my roles, that you fit into as a human, but you find if you want to grow, you outgrow what the world has told you is your roles. So you have to want to be where you still are and make your roles flexible and introduce stuff, or you might have a big uprooting change. That's your participation. That's what you got to do. And you go and plant yourself with new roots. Obviously, those roots are divine wanting you to plant them because you're being called to do something. Now, if you're a spiritual teacher, you'll always also live congruently to the fact you don't know what's going to entail in that growth. So don't sit back contemplating it for too long, otherwise you'll rot your roots where you are and probably won't have any energy for the new. As you learn spiritual truths, live them. It will help you. Like, spirituality isn't a dance, it's actually who we are. The resonance of us. How we focus our energy. So if you learn something that resonates true, you can't just say it and then go back to old ways, doing like a usual paradigm dance or something. When you know something, if you're true to your path, you will inhabit it, no matter what it takes, not inhibit and stay the same. And sometimes some of us have learned and have truths dropped into our awareness. And if you think you're going to run and hide from it, it's going to keep calling you to grow. So you might battle, and like I said, the tree will drop off, die off, because the roots are. So you got to go. It doesn't come to you. And I think the only difference between myself and someone else who's trying to find what it means to live their truth is that when I knew that the discontent, like the unfulfilled calling in me, like, growth, what is this growth? What is this growth? It was because I was discontent with the outside. So you got to know what's trying to come forth from the inside. There's nothing wrong. I wasn't living like, in Gaza or anything like that. There's nothing like that wrong with the outside, but it was the discontent inside. So you got to stay in line with that truth. What is this discontent? And you listen and you open up. But I wanted to get to the point that the difference is what I wanted. So what is your soul's intent? Like when you listen to the discontent, what is it you want? Because it will be change in something. And mine always came back around to, I just want to feel content. So the message for me was, you have a path that is unknown that you must keep going and listening within. And the more it opens up, and a spiritual mentor said to me, what is it that you stand for? Do you know? Like in your heart and soul, what do you stand for? Because we just live like to external traditions and expectations. What does your soul stand for? What is the discontent kind of thing? Because you're trying to excavate who you are from who you've been into the moreness of what your soul speaks. And so I know years on, I stand for a hell of a lot. And that's what I want. What I'm willing to stand for is what I want. So it always come back around to the way we all live. Like growing, you know how we talk about growing up and like you're expected to do this and the world's doing this and we're just sort of like blasé, yeah, we do this, we're expected to do it. It'd be good if it could change, it'd be good if I could do something new. And I'm just like, why can't you? And why can't we? So that's the empowering truth for me. It's like, well, why can't we change it? So that took my uprooting into what looked to others that knew me or met me as though I wasn't stuck in any particular role. I didn't forfeit like being a mother. I still that was part of my heart and soul. So I didn't give up loving. I just didn't live to a traditional role, which is another expectation of the external world. You are crazy or you are not meant to do that if you want to live a different way. Well, no, because I'm doing all the healthy foundation I need and doing it my way that I see fit as best I can do. So it's not, you break down these barriers for the soul and end up doing it on a wider scale for you want to break it open for energy in the world. So that's what going forward into the unknown kept breaking open. I'm not just doing it for me, I'm doing it because my soul is a big energy that doesn't like seeing others have to conform restrictively to the soul either. And that's the very evolution we're in. We've all come to participate in light expansion, not soul restriction. So if you want something, just check out how much you actually put in the way of it, because that's what you're playing with. That's your life. If you want to carry on with what the external world has taught you that you should stay doing something because they say, just take a look at that. Really? If things had to break down, would you be happier? You got to kind of put yourself in that position. Would you be happier to be freed of something and doing something you love? Would you have to do some tough stuff that might tear some things apart because there's something else that you love and some things have to fall apart? Like, it's okay if they do a lot of the time, and we're eternal, we're not here forever. So living your heart is the most important. That's the light evolution, our spiritual heart element, that we're not just humans. Live your soul, not a role, or confined to a few roles or something. Especially in the time of Aquarius, it is telling us on every level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, especially fluid Aquarius, knowledge of the higher realms, inflow, continual growth, to grow. On every little aspect of your life. You can look at it and change it if you want. And just, all you can do is say to people, sorry, but I've got to grow. And if people are your soul family, or if they love you, they will support that growth. They will. They won't think of taking care of themselves first, as in, oh no, don't change, that will affect me. if it affects me, then it has to affect me, and that's my growth, their growth. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a relationship world, so you're always going to affect someone. Cause, effect, take actions, get reactions, all in the magnetic attraction of our souls. So you're not limited. You're a constant flow. Well, that's good, you know. That was only 15 minutes, but let me tell you, it felt like an hour. So I hope some illusions can drop away for you. Bye for now.